the weekend, there was that shocking event in West Yorkshire where the MP Joe Cox was killed. Around about the same time, and it might be related, might not be related, might be just some bloody idiots, were spraying neo-Nazi graffiti in Bray. Wicklow Sinn Fein Councillor Michael O'Connor has raised this. Michael, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Declan. How are you?
Okay. Do you think this is a load of messers, or do you think there's a far-right movement in North Wicklow?
Well, I don't know if I'd go so far as to say there was a far-right movement. I don't think there's any particular evidence for that. But considering what was actually sprayed on the wall, I don't know if I'd count it as being just a bunch of messers either. I mean, the message that was written on the wall, there was a swastika and there was also the numbers 1488. Those numbers have some meaning to the neo-Nazi fraternity. So I wouldn't suggest it was a messer. It seems to be someone who knows something about neo-Nazi ideology.
Right, and was there much of it?
Well, there was I mean, on this particular occasion in the Herbert Road car park, there was just a swastika and the numbers 1488. But I mean, it was written on the wall in big writing. It was easily viewable to most people who were in the car park and could see it on the wall there, and it would be highly offensive, I'd suggest, to practically everybody in Wicklow. I mean, nobody wants to... Bray, I think, is a very welcoming community, and we have people living in the town from all over the world. We have people visiting the town from all over the world. And I think the vast majority of people would be highly offended at seeing such messages. Now, for example, the number 14 in the slogan refers to the 14 words. That's a slogan that was devised by neo-Nazis and is basically advocating a white power sort of a future where white people are treated better than anyone else. That's a horrendously offensive proposition in the first place. And the number 88 refers to Heil Hitler, H being the 8th letter of the alphabet. These are the types of codes that neo-Nazis use.
So does somebody who knows? It's somebody who knows about this, then.
Oh, it's someone who knows about it.
But at the same time, Michael, probably most people don't know about it, and they probably just see, well, that's some sort of propaganda, but haven't a clue what it means. So to be lost in a lot of people, but at the same time, the presence of it and the symbolism of it would be the offensive bit.
That's true to a certain extent, and the numbers 1488 in and of themselves, sprayed on a wall, wouldn't mean anything to anybody. But the fact that there was a big swastika right beside it would certainly suggest that this was people from the neo-Nazi fraternity or a person from the neo-Nazi fraternity who was behind this. So, I mean, I think the swastika makes the letters makes the numbers more relevant. Otherwise, it's just 4 numbers on a wall and wouldn't particularly mean an awful lot. I did contact the council about this, and the council will be cleaning the offending material off. It should be said, it's not the first time that I've seen this kind of stuff painted on walls in Bray. And to be very fair to the council, they dealt with it before, and I know that they'll deal with it again. It's just not acceptable.
Indeed. All right, Michael, we don't have time to discuss why your colleagues didn't vote for you for Cllr of the council, but if you don't mind, let's come back to that at a future date. And in the meantime, hope the council take almost immediate action to get rid of that offensive graffiti there in Bray. Thanks very much indeed, Michael.
I'm sure they will. Thanks.
Good morning to you. Thank you. That's Councillor Michael.